jam! Hello again and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Monday Night Magic here on the MTGcast Network. I am Chewie, and we have an overwhelmingly positive rating. That person trying really hard not to laugh out loud and choke to death is Cluze.
Hey, hi.
And the one being eerily silent and almost certainly shaking his head is Squee.
My lawyer has advised me not to comment.
So, yes. Hello there. This is Monday Night Magic, where we talk about magic, usually on Monday nights.
We sometimes talk about magic, and often it's on Monday nights.
Yes. So, I can't wait to get the odds and ends on this one out. We should do some tournaments, because some tournaments happened.
We got us some tournaments.
Yay, tournaments. Where? Here we go. So let's see, GP Houston happened. Which one is this? Houston. GP Houston. Here we go. And there were 889 people playing Ixalan Block Limited.
One too many.
One too many. Yes. Let's say. Wait, why?
Well, then it could have been 888.
Oh, I was like, wait, there's no way that would cause an extra round.
I was just trying to invoke symmetry and numbers. I'm sorry, there was nothing deeper there. Carry on.
My bad. That's what I get for looking for a deeper meaning.
That's right.
I hope you learned something.
Yes, we should take everything at face value all the time.
The end. But yeah, it's limited, so you don't get deck list.
Nope. In fact, all you get are names horribly mispronounced as usual. So let's see, who won GP Houston? Axel Martinez Ocampo won the whole deal, the whole shebang, the whole kit and or caboodle. With Joseph Demestrio in second, Bradley Yu in third, Randy Perez in fourth, Robert Swarovski in fifth, Brian Yin in sixth, Ben Yu in seventh, and I'm going to say Femus Pan, one of those in eighth. Or both of those. It's the same guy. I was covering my pronunciation bases.
Guaranteeing that you are at least 50% wrong.
Correct. Did any... Oh, instead of the top number of moments, we just have highlights.
We do.
Okay, so nothing happened there. Next, we have GP London.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, wherever that is, with 1,979 players. Good lord.
That's a lot of people in London.
Yeah, wait, how many people were in? It's like just under 900? Wow, that's well over twice the number of people in Houston?
It's almost exactly twice. That's impressive.
Is it?
No. But it messed with you for a little bit, didn't it?
I hate you. So, in first place, we have Marcelino Freeman. In second place, Steve Rubin. Seth Manfield in third. I hear those two guys are good at Magic. Alexander Cluze. Cluze. In fourth, Brod Nelson in fifth. Seems like I should have heard of him. Alexander Holton in sixth. Mark Jacobson in seventh. And Eduardo, let's say, Sajkalik in eighth. I really need to learn how to say his name because I see it not infrequently.
Yeah.
But again,
that's how you know you've made it, when we actually have to learn how to pronounce your name so that we can make sure we get it wrong.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So, yeah, that was, wait a minute. That was Brad Nelson. This was limited.
Yeah.
Brad Nelson doesn't play limited, or doesn't finish well in limited.
I mean, evidently he's capable.
Well, that's weird. All right, let me check the top stories.
They mentioned this.
A dinosaur stampede of prose. There are a lot of prose in London, I guess. Okay.
Well, not a lot of poetry.
Brad Nelson finally gets a limited top 8. Okay, then. There you go.
That's what I thought you were setting up.
No, it hit me all of a sudden. I was like, wait.
I, for realsies, thought you were setting that up, too.
No, I hadn't made it here yet. Magic action on stream all day. Yeah, because after it got done, they reran it. I know, because well after it was over, I was still hosting Magic on my Twitch channel, and I'm like, what? Massive side events.
Yeah, they had Pauper.
A bounty event. 302 players playing Pauper. The biggest Pauper event in the world. That is not a small number of Pauper. Yeah, 302.
No.
Well, there you go then. That's awesome. I guess Pauper is totally going to be a thing now.
Evidently.
Like, offline, which means prices of commons will skyrocket for reasons.
Hooray!
Yeah,
I have
hooray.
lots of commons.
None of the ones that you have, Cluze. You have not been playing
None of
long
my
enough to have
commons are
expensive
useful.
commons.
That is true.
I've got some lightning bolts.
Ooh.
I got a lot of lightning bolts.
It's been printed a lot of times.
In fact, I have nothing but a box full of lightning bolts.
You should have a fat pack full of lightning bolts. Do you have enough boxes from those?
I could use a few more. I don't quite have all of them.
Getting there.
By the way, are you guys hearing the train
Yes.
horn that is going by outside my window?
Yeah, everybody loves the sound of a train in the distance.
But you can't hear that.
Yeah.
Crap. All right, well, my apologies, dear listeners, if you do not love the sound of trains in the distance.
Too bad.
Because I don't love the sound of trains in the distance. It gets in the way of my recordings. It's getting louder.
Is it getting closer to you?
It doesn't get closer to me. Like, the track is
Okay.
mile away.
If it's getting closer to you, I want you to hide from it because it's bigger than you. And it shouldn't be getting closer to you.
Anyway, let's move on. So those are the two Grand Prix this weekend. They were both limited, so there's limited discussion.
Ha ha! Judge test?
I don't get it. Oh, now I get it.
Okay, I also hate you, but probably for different reasons.
I would hope so.
Okay, then. So now...
Well, I hate you because I clicked on this link and now there's auto-playing video.
Ha! Yeah, I had to manually pause mine. SCG, could you stop that? Really? We don't need it to autoplay. We really don't. If someone comes here and they want to watch it, they'll hit play. Anyway, so... As you can tell, we're going to the Star City website because Star City was in Philadelphia with a Team Constructed Open. Yay!
Whoa.
I understand that people love Team Constructed for, playing. It really sucks to cover on Monday Night Magic.
Yeah, the usual challenge being that we can't just throw these as the best decks at you due to the nature of the format or the cross format. So...
Yeah, it's sort of like why looking at the top 8 constructed decks at a Pro Tour is only telling half the story.
Yeah. Like, at a Pro Tour, it's because the top 8 to top, 32 is almost a coin flip in terms of luck throughout the day. Whereas here, it's like picking 3 random decks out of the room that are doing well on the second day and saying they're the meta. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
So we'll probably... oddly enough, talk more about the classics because they actually hold to a format.
Very true.
Weird.
And had more than, 80 people in each one.
Well, I mean,
So, that said, I'm not even going to bother with what people were playing. I'm just going to run through the top 8 of the teams. Does that sound alright to you guys?
Yeah,
That's
just
fine by
assume
me.
that all the decks were Ramanop Energy.
Yes. So,
In
let's
every
see
format.
here. In first place, we had the team, how many people were playing in this damn thing? 329 teams, which is 987 players. Nice. That is not a small number.
Nope.
So, taking it all down, we have Jeremy Henry, Lucas Michaels, and William Lowe. In second place, the team of Brennan DeCandio, Caleb Durward, and Tannen Grace. All names that you probably know if you pay much attention to Star City events. Hang on, this is formatted weirdly. In third place, the team of Matt Tumovich, Josh Taylor, and Michael... How do you say that?
I don't.
It's a... Like, seriously, I'm totally blanking here.
Dirkso?
Like, it's spelled Dirkso, but I get the feeling it's like Dershow.
I'm sure it's not, but...
Oh, okay then. Fourth place, Luke Strassler, Brandon Dolloway, and Noah Strassler. Fifth
No
place, maybe relation. Not to me, though. Fifth place, Craig Crimples, Joe Brennan, and Brendan McCarley. Sixth place, Noah Walker, Zan Syed, and Dylan Donegan. Wait, no. Seventh place, William Nelson. Nelson. Huh. Matthew Brown and George Magoo. And then in eighth place, Sam Lawrence, Ari Silverfine, and Matthew Borst. Yay! I'm
Hooray!
seeing the word Grixis a lot in both Standard and Legacy. And Modern. Oh, well, there we go.
All right, then.
Sadly, it doesn't look like anyone was playing...
Ramanop Energy.
It doesn't look like there was any one team playing 3 Grixis decks, which is too bad.
They do not get the synergy bonus.
They don't. Synergy bonus. Oh, fourth place. They were playing Grixis Death Shadow, Grixis Energy, and they failed with Legacy because they're playing Miracles.
That's always a failure.
So they, like, failed twice. Anyway, so there you go. That's the top 8 there. I'm not seeing anything completely off the wall that you'd never ever see ever. Jeskai Aggro in Standard in 5th place. That's about the only one that caught my eye as, wait, what? Why is this Jeskai? It isn't. Oh, there's negate in the board.
Obviously.
Obviously. It's a mono red deck, splashing white for Path of Metal, and then it's got negate in the board. So it's Jeskai. Okay, let's move on. So that was Team Constructed. Yay. Oh, let's do New Standard. We have 2 weeks of New Standard now. And Cluze is really happy that the Divining Top was banned.
You know, when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling blue, I just go to Gatherer and just look at Sensei's Divining Top and click on that Sets in Legality right there. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that.
All right, so moving on. Going back to Standard, there were 167 people in the Standard Classic, which is almost twice what we had in last week's Standard Classic. So, hey, there you go. In first place... Oh, by the way, going back to the Team Constructed, if you want to see the metagame breakdown, then there is a handy Day 2 metagame breakdown for all 3 formats. And look at that, Grixis is actually on top of all 3. The Grixis decks that I read off. Damn, that's eerie.
Spooky.
And sadly, Miracles is second in Legacy. What's wrong with these people? Anyway. So, okay, Standard Classic, right. In first place, Aiden Breyer, one of those, is running Mono Red Aggro, which is Ramanop Red without the Ramanop.
Yep. It's even still got deserts.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary Red Monkeys.
I mean, if you're going to have monkeys, you might as well go that way. In second place, Robert Stanley is running Mardu Vehicles with exactly what you'd expect. Although it does have 2 Chandra Torch of Defiance and 1 Liliana Death's Majesty. Why is that so hard to say? Liliana, Death's Majesty. There we go. In the sideboard. That was way too hard to say. In third place, Austin Herrick is running a blue-white Eternalized deck. Blue-white. Anointed Procession. Exelon's Binding. Search for Escanta. Yep. All of the usual things. Adorn Pouncer, Angel of Sanctions, Champion of Wits, Sun Scourge, Champion, and Vizier of Many Faces. Yeah, this all makes sense. What was that? That was third place. In fourth place, Thomas Hoffman is running Grixis Energy with the Scarab God and Gonti and Glorybringer. All in the same deck.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. And Champion of Wits. Because, Scarab God.
Grixis, good stuff.
It does seem to be good stuff. In fifth place, John Hughes, not that one, probably, is running Grixis Improvise. What is this? Okay, we've got Walking Ballista, yup. Herald of Anguish.
Herald.
Good old Herald. Maverick Thopterist. Tezzeret the Schemer. Ooh. Ethersphere Harvester. A bunch of things that sacrifice. Prophetic Prism, Renegade Maps, Servo Schematic. Huh. Sorcerer Spyglass, Treasure Map, Fatal Push, Metallic Rebuke, Battle at the Bridge. Alright then. What has... the Thopterist also has Improvise. I was going to say, what has Improvise besides Herald? Also the Battle. Okay.
And the Battle, yeah.
Yeah. So 3 of
metallic
the cards.
Metallic Rebuke.
Oh, 4. Alright, I'll shut up now. Hello?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Sixth place, Kevin Michael is running Green Red Monsters. A deck we mentioned last week.
Grr.
That's
Monsters.
Yeah, same stuff. Your Scroungers, Scrap Heap, and Scrap Heap, Scrounger, Death Gorge, Scavenger. Excuse me. Glorybringer, Jade Light Ranger. Merfolk Branch Walker, Rekindling Phoenix, Pianalar, and Ronas the Indomitable. And of course, a Heart of Kirin, because sometimes you just want to drive a car.
It just looks like one of the most fun decks.
Yeah, anytime the word monsters is in the name, it's going to be...
You get to play with fun creatures and some burn. And I'm like, yes, that is what I want.
Yeah, because it's also running a Braid and Magma Spray. And you've got more fun things like Carnage Tyrant and Direfleet Captain. What? Are any of these pirates? They are not. Why? What's with the Direfleet Captain? Just a 2-mana 2? That seems really awkward, especially since it's black-green.
I feel like I'm missing something.
I certainly feel like I'm missing something. I just don't know what it is. Oh well. By all means, if you know, let us know. But moving on. 7th place, Nicholas Ailes, let's say, playing Grixis Control. Of course, Torrential Gearhulk and the Scarab God, Liliana and Nicol Bolas, and then your usual assortment of counter magic, card draw, and murder over in the board. Including Hour of Devastation. Woo-hoo-hoo! Get there. Neat. And then rounding out the top 8, Benjamin Reagan playing a blue-black mid-range deck. What is this? Scarab God, Chupacabra, Glentsleeve Siphoner, Gifted Etherborn, Champion of Wits, Torrential Gearhulk, Treasure Map, and then Murder and Counter Magic. Interesting.
Hoorah.
Don't go full control. Have plenty of dudes in the board. Or in the deck, rather. Excuse me. On board is, I think, what I was trying to say. Yeah. Seems good. So that's your top 8. Looking past that, in 9th we've got Jund Midrange. Now what is this? It's just another assortment of these good cards. Scrap Heap Scrounger, Walking Ballista, Glentsleeve Siphoner, Glorybringer, Jade Light Ranger, Servant of the Conduit, Gonti Lord of Luxury, Chandra Torch of Defiance, and then you kill things using a Braid, Magma Spray, Vraska's Contempt, and a Cut to Ribbons. It's like there's this subset of these cards are good, and then you just throw them in a deck, throw any assortment of them in the deck with the proper land base, and you're good.
So Jund.
Yeah. But I'm talking about standard on the whole. That's what standard seems to be right now. Which,
I mean, they kind of punch some of the synergy pieces out, so I can see that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which I'm okay with. So long as they're spread across all the colors and we don't just get, Abzan aggro, Abzan mid-range aggro, Abzan mid-range control, Abzan control. Anyway.
Teamer
Abzan. Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, there's a Grixis Energy deck in 11th with Angrath Flamechained in it. He's a happy Minotaur Pirate Man thing. Hey, write that as a possible title, would you?
I'm not sure that I can remember all of it.
It was a happy Minotaur Pirate Man thing. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Man thing.
Oh, those who know fear burn at the man thing's touch. Anyway. And then in 12th, we've got a black-red aggro deck. And in 13th, we have a red-black aggro deck. Oh, I get it. The black-red one is running Ether Spear Harvester. The other one is not. Oh, it's running Dread Wanderer instead. Okay, so it's got slightly more black. Okay. And the red one is running Rekindling Phoenix. Okay, there we go. Yay, aggro. Blue-black control, mono-black aggro. Blue-black control, yep. It's running Torrential Gearhulk and Scarab God and then a bunch of spells that work with them, but also Ravenous Chupacabra because Scarab God.
Ravenous Chewbacca.
What? No, that was me earlier, and then I had some spaghetti. It was good. Mono black aggro. I remember this. Emmet Eternal, Bone Picker, Dread Wanderer, Gifted Etherborn, Night Market Aeronaut. Vicious Conquistador wasn't there before. But still, that's good. And Ether Sphere Harvester and Heart of Kirin because duh. Huh, also Supernatural Stamina. Remember this card? Because I didn't.
Like, I remember the name.
For a single black, until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains when this creature dies. Return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. So that's pretty neat. Okay then. So that, and then there's another Mardu Vehicles in 16th. So that's your, that's your top 16 of the Standard Classic. Standard is, of course, it's still early in the format, of course, but Standard is much more open than it was, which is what they were going for.
Yay.
Seems good. How about Modern?
Modern has the most people.
Yeah, there were 325 people in the Modern Classic, which is not a small number for a Classic. Right? That's right? It's definitely not a small number.
No, it's not. Like, Modern typically gets the most people of late anyway, but that's still pretty impressive for a Classic.
Yeah, like this is almost an Open, depending on where the Open is.
And considering, like, the people that were playing in the main event, odds are one person on each team brought a Modern deck for the purposes of playing it that weekend. That's pretty impressive numbers. It wasn't like the normal one where it's like, well, I've still got this deck that I practiced. I'll just play in this other tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, especially considering for all the people that didn't make day 2, there was also a Standard and a Legacy player, too. And yet 3 times as many people playing Modern. It's a good sign. But anyway, so in first place, we have Ross Merriam playing Humans. Humans. With Kessig Malcontents. Whoo! Pile that damage in there. And Mantis Rider's a human. Which I think I have that revelation about every third time I see this deck.
Yeah.
Hey, Meddling Mage is a human, too.
That makes sense, though.
Reflector Mage, too. Whew. And then there's Phantasmal Image because, sometimes you just want comedy. And I'm okay with that. So
it's a really good card.
What is this? 4 color humans? Nope, 5. Okay.
Do I hear 5? 5. Do I hear 6 colors? 6 color humans.
15 color humans.
Waste.
So then in second place, Tom Medvec is playing Goryo's As Foretold, which is kind of insane. So it's running As Foretold. Allow me to remind you. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on As Foretold. It's an enchantment. On each turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a spell you cast with converted mana cost X or less, where X is the number of time counters on As Foretold. Okay?
Okay.
So, the first turn you can play a free thing for free. Oh, wait.
Yes, you can.
Does that work with Living End, Cluze?
You cannot cast Living End.
Okay.
It has no mana cost. You cannot cast it.
So it's not that it's converted mana cost to 0, it's that it has no mana cost. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's Living End in the deck. So, just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, I don't think that works.
Or does it?
Maybe it does. Hold on here.
Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't see a reason to be playing this otherwise.
Well, its mana cost is less than 0 because it doesn't have one? Yeah, that's gotta be what they're going for here.
Wait, is it less than 0?
I mean, it equals 0?
Yeah, I would think it would.
And As Foretold says you...
Like, in order for Cascade to work, you have to treat them as if they were 0, even though you can't cast it. So...
Okay, right, that's true. So, and it says you may pay 0 mana rather than pay the mana cost.
Rather than pay its mana cost. So you get to ignore its mana cost as long as it's less than which it is. Yeah, that's gotta be what this deck does.
Well, as long as it is the same number.
Or less.
No. Oh, it is X or less.
It
Holy
is
crap.
X or less, man.
That's not busted at all. Psst, that's busted. Okay, so other things in the deck.
Makes me feel good.
Other things in the deck are Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. Flippy Jace. Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Alright, that's fine. And then you get to the good stuff. You've got Deceiver Exarch and Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker. Hey, combo anyone? You've also got Grizzlebrand. Because why not? You've got Goryo's Vengeance, because if you're running Grizzlebrand, you've probably got Goryo's Vengeance. Is it Charm?
It is.
With the notable mode of draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Lightning Axe, with the notable mode of deal 5 damage to a creature and discard a card. You could also pay 5 more mana to not discard a card, but in this deck, that seems dumb. Ancestral Vision, which I did not recognize from the weirdo, what is it, Iconic Masters art.
Yeah.
But, and Faithless Looting, and of course, Living End. So, yeah. You can discard things using your, Is It Charm, Lightning Axe, Faithless Looting. Oh, Flippy Jace. Yeah. And then you can just cast Living End.
So, a couple of things. First one is, was this printing of Ancestral Vision a tie-in with the film Tomorrowland, and no one told me? Second thing.
Possibly.
I was staring at this deck for a while you were ramping up to talking about the decks in this segment, and I was trying real hard to figure out if this was just a working way too hard for the Deceiver Kiki-Jiki combo, because I didn't even notice Living End until you came to this deck. And yeah, that has got to be the As Foretold Living End. That's got to be what it's attempting to do here.
Yeah. So you can either get back Grizzlebrand and,
shenanigans,
or you just happen to have dropped a Kiki-Jiki and an Exarch and then you win. All in all, as much as I don't really like combo decks, this one seems bizarre enough to that I like it.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't like a lockout combo. It's just, and then I do all this crazy stuff, and I'm going to hit you.
Yeah. Seems good.
Okay. All right. Flippy Jace.
Apologies, listeners, for the confusion, but we don't play Modern, and I've literally never seen this deck until we started talking about it right now.
Ditto.
So, yeah. Okay, then. So that was second place. Second place. Whew! In third place, AJ Martenko is running Counter's Company.
Does it?
Would you smack Cluze, please, Bill? I'm busy.
Hey, Cluze.
Yeah.
Look away.
High quality audio drama.
I have no idea how that happened. Now, excuse me while I clap these coconuts and escape.
Hey, those don't sound like coconuts.
Yeah, it's because they're knuckles.
All All right, then. In fourth place, Caleb Scherer is running a blue-red Gift Storm deck. You know, like you do, because modern. In fifth place, Peter Porcaro is running Decepticons.
Nope, there's a Thoughtcast.
Okay, sorry. There are 4 copies of Thoughtcast, which happen to have Affinity. That's not enough to name the damn deck Affinity.
And
you know those
anything else? No.
You know those dumb things you see on social media, like what's a really, really lame hill that you will die on? Mine is changing the name of this deck. Not
fair enough then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really is just the 4 Thoughtcasts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not even anything else in the board. Can we at least call it Metalcraft? There's a crap load of Metalcraft in the deck.
There is way more Metalcraft than Affinity.
In sixth place, Russell Colosi, let's say, is running Mono Red Prison. Wow, look at this. Anytime you have Koth of the Hammer in a deck, I just get excited. And Cluze gets excited for the Rabble Master.
I miss that guy.
Bill does not get excited.
I mean, it takes us back to a nicer time when he and Kieran Nillar were together and not a woman in her car. Patrick Farm remembers.
Oh, God. So, yeah, that's a prison deck. Okay. In seventh, Roger Carroll is playing Dredge.
Wait, no, there was a boil in the sideboard. Come on, man.
Oh, I did not notice that. Well, of course you did.
Beautiful boil in the sideboard. Oh, yeah, that was great.
Beautiful boil.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's possibly the name of the show.
No. So, yeah, Roger Carroll's playing Dredge, but it's got mana. You know, it's got land, so he's sort of playing Magic, but not really. And then, rounding out the top 8, Sean Allen is running Eldrazi Tron. But he loses points, because while he does have 2 copies of Karn the Death Star, he does not have any copies of the Ugin. Which means I don't get to say the Ugin, and I have to shoehorn it in.
Yeah, it is a shame that you don't get to say the Ugin.
See? So that's your top 8.
It's been so long now that we would actually have to explain that, wouldn't we?
Except I don't remember, so I'm just going to go with it as if that's a thing.
Oh, it was from an interview that people did where they're like, so what's going on here? And they're like, well, we're sitting here for a pre-release. They're like, really? Yeah, it's the Fate Reforged pre-release. Okay, well, like, what's the big deal? Like, I want to get the Ugin. It's important that you get the Ugin.
Yeah, I have no memory of this. I just know that he is
I
the
do.
Ugin.
Bill's totally right.
Okay.
It was very strange.
So, rounding out the top 16, we've got more Human, Grixis Death Shadow. What is this? Teamer Hollow One. Oh, Hollow One. Okay. The 4/4 that costs 2 less to cast for each card you've cycled or discarded this turn. In this deck with... Oh, Lord. Flamewake Phoenix. What? Okay, Hooting Mandrills. Insolent Neonate, Monastery Swiftspear, Street Wraith, and Vengevine. Holy crap! Spells Lightning Bolt, Thought Scour. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Cathartic Reunion, Faithless Looting, and Chart a Course. Ah. I'm still tripped out by Flamewake Phoenix. It's not that I don't love it, because I totally love Flamewake Phoenix. I just don't...
Not the Phoenix you're expecting.
I just don't know why it's here or what to think of it. I guess because essentially you're gonna get it back every turn. Because Vengevine, Hollow One, Hooting Mandrills. Because the Flamewake, remember, the 2/2 flying haste attacks each turn if able, and it has Ferocious at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you can pay a single red, and if you do, it jumps from graveyard to the battlefield. And it's at the beginning of combat, which means it's going to swing because it has haste and it has to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense. It just caught me off guard. That's a neat deck too. Like, I legitimately really like this, and it makes me sad that Vengevine is, expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that? That was Teamer Hollow One. We've got a mono green Tron. We've got Merfolk in 13th. The mono blue version. It's added in Water Trap Weaver. The 2/2 for 3 that enters the battlefield, taps a creature an opponent controls, and it doesn't untap next turn. Nice touch, but still just the mono blue version. Which, no sense diluting your mana base if you don't have to, so it makes sense. Do 2 scape shifts in 14th and 15th, and another Grixis Death Shadow in 16th, and that is the Modern Classic.
Dun, dun, dun.
Scream.
So, hey, Cluze, you want to take this last one?
I guess so. It might be a format that I care about. Let me just check here. Is it? Oh, hey, look at that. It is. It is totally the king of all formats, Legacy, where we had 176 players. Is that number right? 176?
Yep.
That is a non-trivial number of players playing Legacy. So, what do we got going on here?
More than the people playing Standard.
As it should be. Right? Because, I mean, Legacy's been around longer, so surely there are more people playing Legacy. Not true, and don't call me Shirley. What do we got going on? We have Oliver Tomajko and Charles London spent some time delving into their shared hatred of both green and white, and it turns out Oliver hated them more and was declared the winner. It's totally how that went down. In third place, Emma Handy had a great deal of love for green creatures that tap for mana and both triggered and activated abilities. Also, Rurik Thar says hello from the main deck. So I totally approve of that.
From the main deck?
From the main deck. That is right.
Damn, Emma, get in there.
I gotta say, that is how I ran Elves in Legacy, so I really like it. Although, the addition of crop rotation here, I think that's brilliant. I like that a lot. Because that's some tech. That's what that is.
So
I'm sorry, where were we? Andrew Alt.
Oh, Gaia's Cradle. I was like, what are you getting with that? Well, stupid.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, Gaia's Cradle. Come on.
Hey, dummy. Okay.
Hey. Andrew Alt, on the other hand, hated green and white just as much as the top two, so he brought some insectile wizards as well. Peter Hines' Storm was the 5th most epic deck at this tournament, at least, and indeed at most. Nick Cummings was trying to chain together creatures to find out which one was the apex predator, but he only made it to 6th place. In 7th place, more bug wizards, this time from Robert Grassmedner, let's say, a confirmed hater of red and white. And last but not least, Adam Falls on Real Estate. Now that I say that out loud, that does sound like the name of a realtor, so sure, let's go with that.
It also could totally be the name of a more different Legacy deck, let's be honest.
It totally could. It totally could. What else we got going on? In 9th place, we had an Eldrazi Post, another pair of elves in 10th and 11th, which I'm always happy about. 4-color control. Nah, I don't like it. Some more Grixis Delver in 13th place. Another lands in 14th. Ooh, I didn't check this flavor of Storm in 15th. Is it Tess? Is it Ant? Boy, we are just on the, edge of our seat. It's Ant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally Ant. And then
what was the one in 5th place?
It was Epic Storm. Tess.
Oh, it's Tess. Hey, look at that.
That's why. Let me see what I wrote here in my script. His Storm was the 5th most epic deck. Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, see, I always forget that that's what Tess means.
Yeah, the Epic Storm. And we have in 16th place something claiming to be Affinity. Let's go to our official Affinity judge, Chewie. Is this Affinity? Is it Metalcraft? Is it something else entirely? Is it Robots in Disguise? What is it?
It is actually less Affinity than the modern version. This is just
think it
straight
is.
up Decepticons.
Is there anything?
No.
There's nothing in this deck with Affinity, is there?
Nope. And there usually isn't. And yet, for some reason,
there's usually some thought casts.
Not usually. It's becoming more frequent here lately, but not usually.
So there you go. That was the Legacies.
Nice.
With the Ugin.
It's good to see Emma Handy placing well before she... Did she already stop writing? I know she's not going to be writing for Star City for much longer because she took a job as a buyer.
I don't know.
No, but it's good to see her placing well here.
Hoof, there it is.
But was she running Hoof? I guess you have
there's
to.
two. That's kind of the win con here.
Look, I didn't know if there was a more different win con. Shut up. She's also got this Vital Force. Like, what?
You can make all kinds of little elves and then just punch them to death, but you're better off just,
Craterhoof is like an honorary super elf, right?
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. Yay. So that covers the tournament scene.
Huzzah!
For this last week. So now we have a couple more little strange things to talk about.
Is it us?
No, we are huge strange things. We might even be Stranger Things.
I was going to say, I think we're Stranger Things.
Hey guys, I'm upside down. It's weird.
No spoilers. I still haven't seen season 2. So,
would that tell you anything?
What? No, just in case.
Oh.
Shut up. So
everyone's a robot. I mean, what?
What? So I got this strange invite on Facebook. From
Nigerian
from Pete Heffling.
Oh.
It was like, he's invited you to this event, and it was called SCG Con. And like I always do when my email tells me I've got a Facebook invite, I deleted it immediately. Because, stop it. And then a few minutes later, my brain went, wait, what? Because it was just called SCG Con. I'm like, I don't... And after staring at the wall while my brain reset, because I'm still running on old firmware, I went to Facebook and looked it up and said, huh. And there was some discussion on the odds and ends about what exactly this means. But Star City Games is doing a thing called SCG Con in June in Roanoke, Virginia, which is conveniently where Star City Games is located. So, there's that. But, yeah. After some discussion and looking over what's going on. So, you know how Star City Games used to do Grand Prix for Magic?
Back when more than one company did?
Yeah, so like just a couple months ago.
The olden days.
Yeah, so you remember how that was a thing? But now, Channel Fireball Events does all of the GPs, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is, as far as my opinion goes, and these guys might share it too, but this is purely my opinion. This is Star City doing their own GP. But you can't call it a GP, because it's not. Because only Channel Fireball Events does those. So, they've dressed it up and named it a convention. Now, Bill?
Yes.
You go to conventions all the time, right?
That is true.
Would you call this a convention, exactly?
I would call this a convention game room. Like, if you go to, like, my go-to example for a lot of this and things of this scale is Dragon Con, which has a game room that runs the entire weekend. It's running tournaments, specifically Magic tournaments, in addition to all the other stuff, all the time. You show up for the con, you can go do the other con stuff. If you're there for the game room, though, you go in the game room. Events are firing constantly. There are several tournaments a day across all these different formats. There's limited, there's constructed, there's everything. And it kind of looks like that to me, because looking over the events here, there's a lot of what we would usually consider tournaments on their event list.
Mm-hmm. Or side events.
Or side events in like the normal GP context, including an invitational and a number of challenges across different formats and a bunch of, more niche things and actual Friday Night Magic, because why not? It's got all that stuff. Now, that said, there are activities that you don't normally see at a tournament. Like, they're having a costume contest, which is more of a convention staple. That is the extent of my list. Actually, no, they've got trivia and they've got some other stuff going on too. They're going to have, like, apparently a few arcade cabinets or something. So they're trying to fill in some of the things that make you think of conventions, but make no mistake, this is a giant collection of tournaments that have other things going on the side. You can't tell them it's not a convention, because the definition of convention is so broad at this point that you can apply it to nearly any giant gathering, but this is also not what I generally think of when I think of a convention. It's a giant SCG tournament collection with a bunch of fun side stuff that'll probably be a fun way to spend the weekend if you feel like playing Magic. If you don't feel like playing Magic, you might not have as much to do here. Or you could be like Chewie and I, who go to Magic events and don't play Magic, and we're just there for the social, and it might be good for that. I don't know. Depends on who's going and if they're people you want to spend time with.
It's true. So, yeah, this is essentially Star City Games taking their Invitational, which is, one of their premier things that they do, and expanding it until it got to the size of and scope of a GP, and then they went out a little further. Because it's got the Invitational, it's got a Classic for Modern, Standard, Legacy, and Pauper. They're doing a Pauper Classic. That's cool.
2 of those are important.
Sure. There's the Unvitational, an unstable sealed event. That sounds like fun. The big thing that people on Twitter and in my Twitch chat keep poking me about, they're having an open, also at this event, that is Modern. But it's not just Modern, it's no banned list Modern.
Talk about a unique format.
Yeah. So, that's a thing.
I will be very entertained to see what generic combo wins that.
Yeah.
Or if none of them do, which would also be entertaining. Like, there's plenty of stuff that's banned in Modern because we don't think Modern can handle it. It'll be neat to see what happens on a large enough scale event where people can run out their Jason the Mind Sculptors and their Dark Depths and all this other nonsense. We'll see.
Personally,
neat for science.
And this is really just for my own amusement and for Cluze's edification. I hope that just a straight, boring Modern burn list wins.
Yes.
Because I will never stop laughing about it.
I kind of expect this to be one of those tournaments where every round goes to time because the top is not banned.
Ooh, that sounds awful.
And Cluze will be standing on the side laughing maniacally, like, do you see? Do you see?
I warned you. I warned you. This is what it's come to.
He then turns dramatically and swings his, tattered cape over his back and then runs away laughing and screaming.
And then someone dressed like M. Bison goes, of course!
Well, I mean, they're from the costume contest, yeah.
Yes, exactly. But they're going to have, like they always do at big Magic tournaments, lots of artists. Greg Staples, Pete Venters, Christopher Moeller, Anson Maddox, Mark Tedin. I've heard his name pronounced 18 different ways to be a 5-letter freaking word. And Ken Meyer Jr. are the names that are currently on the list. Again, this isn't till June, so there's plenty of room for more stuff to pop up. They're doing something called the Commander Celebration, spotlighting the 100-card format, along with special appearances by many fan-favorite Commander personalities. A two-day legacy event called the Duel for Duels, with 100 revised duel lands up for grabs. The Power 9 series, a 2-day vintage event, with a prize pool that includes a complete set of the Power 9. So lots and lots of Magic tournaments.
I'm just going to tell you guys right now, when we get to the weekend after this, I don't think we're going to hit all the tournament.
No, I don't
from
think
this event. Just letting you know before you ask.
We'll cover the Legacy Classic and the Unvitational.
I think we will talk our way through the nonsense of the no ban Modern, and that'll probably be about it beyond the actual Invitational. Because we normally talk about those.
We'll talk about that.
Just for that, dear listeners, the week after this, I make it a point to talk about every event that we have a top 8 for, even if it's just reading off a list of names.
Well, we can do that.
I can't make that episode. I'm sorry.
Cluze, there's like a 50-50 chance you're going to be on a boat anyway.
Yeah, or I might be in West Virginia. What's the weekend of this?
Cluze, you can't be on a boat in West Virginia. That's impossible.
No, they have boats in West Virginia. You can just be on a boat.
If they had boats, they'd leave.
No. The boat's on a trailer, and it's not hooked up to anything.
Oh, those poor people. Do they know water exists? Do we need to send them help?
Yeah, we do.
Anyway, so there you go. That's a first look. I'm sure if more huge things pop up, we will tell you about it. But I get the feeling they've thrown out all the huge things at first to generate hype.
Oh, so now I'm actually wondering something. Are there any GPs that weekend to completely spike this?
Ooh, I don't know. Let me look. What was it?
I'm checking.
June 8th through the 10th. June, yeah, Denmark, which is standard.
Grand Prix Copenhagen. Yeah, okay.
And that's it.
Oh,
So,
this is the week after the Pro Tour.
this is also the week after the Pro Tour, apparently, so that's good to know.
Huh. Okay, then.
Neat.
Oh, it's the... Is that the weekend of the RPTQs? It sure is. Huh. Well, we'll see how that goes.
I mean, some of the side events might very well be RPTQs.
Probably. I would hope so.
So there you go. The link to the show notes is to the SCGCon homepage. It sounds like a great big celebration of almost all the forms of magic that matter. Cough, cough, frontier, cough. Doesn't matter. So...
Prismatic stairwell.
yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. I will actually, since it's close, I will actually think about attending this just to walk around. But no promises. I will almost certainly be broke then. Because that's, you know, my lot in life. But anyway, so that's that. And that, like I said, that's cool. Oh, there's a new thing that has appeared in the show notes.
Yep, that might have happened.
Okay, well, tell us about it.
So there have been rumors, a swirling, that WotC was so pleased with the performance of Unstable that they're printing more. And the answer is yes, they actually are. So Rosewater has, I'm going to say like 99% confirmed this rumor because someone asked, hi, Mark, I read a rumor that Wizards will have another printing of Unstable soon. Is that true? And Rosewater has responded, I believe more is on the way. Thanks to everyone for buying it.
Which is not the same as saying yes.
Yeah. It's not quite a confirmation, but man, is it close.
It's a political confirmation. But we'll see. I mean, to credit, historically, unsets have sold terribly, which means they probably hedged their bets on how much of it they printed to start with. But people really like those lands.
Yeah,
and
really
also,
nice.
People really like playing it. So, kudos. We'll see.
Yay.
Hooray.
All right. You guys want to speculate?
I don't really
yes.
do the MTG finance thing.
That's okay. I'm broke too.
Oh, well, in that case. So yeah, Bill, this one is yours. Tell us what the hell.
So every once in a while, due to the nature of being big companies and the way that they have to plan things so far out, Wizards of the Coast will file for trademarks and reserve like web domain names related to those trademarks. Like how, you know, they registered Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan web domains a long time before they actually announced Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan were the set names. Like, they get things like this all the time. It happens all the time. What it means for us is that some people on the internet will sit around and pay attention for any new publicly posted filings from Wizards of the Coast and then take guesses as to what those correspond to. So the ones that we have here are Mana Strike and Plane Siege. And they're both registered, you know, referring to electronic online multiplayer gaming. This doesn't mean that those are coming or tell us what they are. But also, the person who posted this to Reddit found 34 website domain registrations referencing Mana Strike and Plane Siege that were all registered within 6 minutes of each other a week before the trademarks went in. So it's pretty likely that regardless of what they are, Wizards is planning on doing something of these. They might be supplemental products. They might be the name of a set. I don't know. Considering a bunch of these are, you know, MTG Plane Siege or MTG Mana Strike, odds are that this isn't like a D&D thing that wandered in. This is Magic. But on top of that, you've got Mana Strike Game, which implies that this is probably some kind of supplement. Plane Siege Game, probably a supplement. We don't know. It's speculation. But 6, 8, whatever months from now, when they announce Mana Strike, the follow-up to Dual Decks, or whatever, well, here we go. Fun to, you know, be aware of. I'm hoping Mana Strike is actually just what happens when your lands decide that you've been treating them poorly and don't make mana for a set. Could be interesting.
So, further down in the comments here, it says there are 2 Mana Strike trademarks filed for the following. Entertainment services, namely providing online computer games and interactive multiplayer online computer games via a global network. And downloadable electronic games to be used in connection with computers, console gaming devices, and wireless devices. So it could be that Mana Strike, just from that, it could be that Mana Strike is like some sort of other thing. Sort of like Magic Puzzle Quest. Some sort of completely separate thing.
Yeah.
One of their Vigi games. I mean, it works like, what was it called? Fallout 4 had some sort of like mobile game that went with it.
Oh, lots of like tier 1 games have mobile plugins. Like even Mass Effect had one. It's just like these are things that you do to connect with your other game so that you keep it with you and you keep it at front of mind.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been doing this crap for decades. It's just mobile apps are way better than getting a pocket station. The 3 of you out there that remember that.
Wow.
Yeah. But regardless, it could be neat. Fun to pay attention when these things happen.
Yeah, like the first comment here that I have is might have something to do with the MMO being developed by Cryptic Studios. That makes sense.
I could see that.
I think they have to do with the movie.
You know, Plain Siege, the movie.
Yeah. Like
I don't know, Plain Siege sounds like an MMO. They could do that.
Yeah. Someone further down in the comments says Plain Siege sounds like a board game, like a Risk-style game, and Mana Strike sounds like a like a mobile game. One of those free-to-play, suck up all your money, have lame commercials on television, like Clash of Clans or whatever.
The Magic Gotcha game that just takes all your money.
Yeah.
You know, like Magic.
Like Magic, yeah.
Get in on that.
So yeah, feel free to speculate wildly what, if anything, Mana Strike and Plain Siege are. I got nothing. I don't know.
All right.
And to be fair, I don't really want to know until they tell us, and because then they'll have it all figured out.
Yeah. Live the dream.
I do like that all of these domains registered are like Manastrike dot various things and Plain Siege dot various things, net org info, and then Magic Manastrike dot things, Magic Plain Siege dot things, and then MTG Manastrike and MTG Plain Siege, and then playmanastrike.com and playplainsiege.com, which is what Blizzard does for all of its games.
Yeah.
Playoverwatch.com, playhearthstone.com.
Yeah. You pretty much have to do that for brand protection. Like, the last thing you want is for something that looks and sounds like it's official to instead forward to something unsavory. See reference the White House in the 1990s. Ask your parents.
Oh, God, I forgot all about that. So, yeah, it's neat. Still, though, I do like that it's Play Mana Strike. I mean, when I say that's what Blizzard does for all of theirs, I mean, that's the official URL for their games websites are Play Overwatch and Play Hearthstone. So just be neat if things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Get in on the playnameofourgame.com. I wonder if that's a website. Playnameofourgame.com. It is not. Oh well.
Somebody get on that.
Hurry up. So, Magic Online?
Yeah, there won't be too much. So Magic Online, as usual, the updates pop up on Tuesdays. We record on Monday, so most of the news in the weekly update is a week old. You should go to the Wizards website, then go to Products and Magic Online to see the most current stuff. I'm not going to run down the details about, the Streamer Showdown that already happened, or the fact that Rivals of Ixalan's been out for a while, or any of that stuff, because duh. There were a bunch of events last weekend, as usual, and pretty much, all of that's that. No, what I am going to go through is the more fun one, which is that we got a bug blog update, because Magic Online is a complicated computer that gets dumb sometimes, and sometimes the dumb things are really funny. So before I go into these details, just as a reminder, if you're aware of a glitch and you take advantage of it, then you're cheating and you will get reported. If you think your opponent is intentionally exploiting a glitch or a problem for an advantage, you should report them for cheating. For the most part, if your cards don't work properly, you should not play that deck for a little bit till they fix it. So that said, hey, look, it's exhaustion. Cluze, do you hate exhaustion?
I do.
I'm
You do.
tired.
It's a blue card. You can't stand it.
Oh, yeah, then I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those blue cards that doesn't let you play Magic because your stuff doesn't untap for a turn. So you hate it. It also fails to prevent permanents from untapping during their next untap step. So maybe you like exhaustion right now. It's not actually doing its job.
Oh, well, that seems right.
I was going to say, wait. It says creatures and lands target opponent controls don't untap during their next untap step. And
That's the only job.
And the bug blog says exhaustion fails to prevent permanents from untapping during the next untap step. So you paid 3 mana
nothing
to do nothing.
You paid 3 mana to put exhaustion in your graveyard. Good job.
That is a good use of 3 blue mana.
2 and a blue. There you go. All right, so Itali Primal Storm, you know, that elder dinosaur, awesome red one. Yeah. Is unable to cast split cards or multiple cards with additional cost. That's sad. So, I guess be aware that your brand new awesome red Eldersaurus doesn't do everything it's supposed to. This is kind of funny. The OK button of Scroll Rack has a display issue that displays it as a cancel button. Oops.
Wait, is it one of those that has an OK and a cancel button, so it just says cancel, cancel?
Probably. Well, that's, you know, an awkward meme of a guy sweating in front of 2 buttons. Waiting to happen. So there you go. All right. The delayed trigger ability of Sneak Attack causes the opponent to sacrifice the creature if they gain control of it.
Wait.
So the text on Sneak Attack, enchantment, you know, pay red. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. Sacrifice the creature at the beginning of the next end step. Now that delayed one, sacrifice the creature at the beginning of the next end step, causes the opponent to sacrifice the creature if they gain control of it. So you sneak something in, someone else steals it from you at instant speed, and they now sacrifice it. That's weird. Or is this like, yeah, that's a niche situation. Because, like, Sneak Attack, I don't know. Don't do that, I guess. But, I mean, it's Sneak Attack. Like, you want to steal the thing that they're dropping in because it's probably Emrakul. So, understandable. Still worth it. All right, so Borderland Explorer and Noble Benefactor give both cards to the same player. That is not noble at all. Huh.
Oh, okay. They're both cards that say, like, each player goes and gets a thing.
Yeah.
And so,
except now each player goes and gets a thing and one player gets both things. That's actually taking cards from your opponent, isn't it?
That's hilarious.
That definitely shouldn't work. Like,
yeah,
like you can never put your opponent's cards in your hand ever.
Correct.
So they have fundamentally screwed up here. Oh, we got another disrespect over here. Austere Command does not respect 711.4b and treats the back face of double face cards as having converted mana cost of 0. No respect.
Didn't we have something like that?
We had a series of does not respects, one of the recent bug blogs, which is why it's funny. All right, casting a second Midnight Oil can cause a game restart under rare circumstances. I don't know what to say about that.
I mean,
a second one?
Okay, it enters the battlefield with 7 hour counters.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card and remove 2 hour counters. Okay. Your maximum hand size is equal to the number of hour counters on.
Oh. It's because you have 2 numbers for your maximum hand size, so the game gets stupid.
Yeah, and whenever you discard a card, you lose 1 life.
Yeah, because if you cast a second one, you have 2 hand sizes, don't you?
But I wonder why it's only under rare circumstances.
My guess would be that normally that would just timestamp and it would be the most new one, right, Cluze?
You're muted.
No, I'm not muted. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking for cat gifts. I'm sorry.
That sounds exactly like you. Well, now I'm putting you on the spot, so...
All right, great. So, I'm sorry, what's the question?
Look at the card Midnight Oil.
Midnight Oil. All right, Midnight Oil from Kaladesh.
Yeah, it's the very first
enters
ruling.
the battlefield with 7-hour counters at
Oh, we don't even need clues for this?
Yeah, it's the very first ruling in Gatherer.
All right.
If multiple effects try to set your maximum hand size to a certain number or state that you have no maximum hand size, the one created latest is the one that applies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's totally a timestamp thing.
Right. So, unless you're in Magic Online, in which case the second one might cause the game to restart.
Huh.
So, weird. Okay. Also funny, Mutiny doesn't have clear targeting information. That sounds like a mutiny. That's just flavor accurate, right? You can get around this one by looking at the game log, though. So it'll highlight the appropriate creature when its name is hovered over with the mouse. So you can work around it, but it's still funny that Mutiny of all cards is not clearly targeting. And finally, Charging Tuscadon, awesome name still, deals double damage to a player when targeted by Form of the Dinosaur. That's amazing.
The Charging Tuscadon is the one that deals double combat damage to a player.
Yeah.
So I see where the logical mix-up here is. It's probably just looking at, when it deals damage, like, does target equal player, in which case double it.
Yeah.
But still, that's really funny.
Yeah. Dinosaur fight. All right, so that's the bug log. You can keep tabs on what's fixed, what's broken, whatever, by following the link in the show notes. And they'll give us another one of these in 2 weeks. So, cool. And that's Magic Online. It'll probably continue to be pretty quiet for a little bit as we've got the new set to play with. So, enjoy.
Yay.
Woo. Now we're done.
Well, now we're done. So, how about we wrap this thing up, gentlemen?
All right. You can find me on Twitter at SqueeGoblinAbob. There's no I in Goblin because, for this week, we'll say that the I is considering the pros and cons of buying a boat in West Virginia and teaching these people the ways of nautical life, primarily by escaping West Virginia via boat. So that is an ambitious I. I look forward to hearing its tales in the future. Past that, I'm not going to any conventions coming up or anything, so that's probably about it. I don't think I've got another convention till the end of May, so I don't have a lot going on there. And I'm looking forward to when Black Panther comes out in 2 weeks.
Is it really
So,
2
only 2
weeks?
weeks?
Oh my.
Yeah, it's the week of Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So
I will try
That'd be
real hard
awesome.
to get a date to go see Black Panther.
good call.
Let's say.
But yeah, the movies are coming pretty fast this year. So that's about it for me right now. Go Cluze.
Okay, hey, if you want to hear more from me, you can find me on that other podcast I do called Random Discard, found at randomdiscard.com, and also here on the MTG Cast Network. You can't find it at the old website for reasons. Listen to the odds and ends. Let's see now, what else? I don't think I've got anything interesting or neat going on anytime soon. Certainly don't have any conventions. Oh, PAX East, but that's a ways away, so never mind. I guess that's it. You can also find me on the Twitters. I'm at Lacluyze, spelled just like it is in the show notes. Or is it? You'll have to check the show notes.
All right. Then.
Get away, Chewie.
Hi, I'm Chewie.
Crap, are we starting the show now?
I am not a happy Minotaur pirate man thing. And this is not high quality audio drama. So you can find me all over the place as the Manipool. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at least if they ever allow me to post things from a PC. Still an issue, not working. So, yeah. What else? Pretty sure there's more. Oh, youtube.com/themanipool, where I am uploading more of the successful dungeon runs for Hearthstone, the Kobolds and Catacombs dungeon runs. I posted just before we started the show, I put up for patrons the final one, the Paladin run, and I finished with style. So that was good. Also more Cuphead, and I put up a video showing off the new recording setup here, the new office, which I'm very happy about and super, super proud of. So yay! If you want to see how I do things, and check out my sweet, sweet Grizzle brand playmat that I'm pretty sure Bill bought for me.
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Was that at the first GP Charlotte? Like, the big one?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Because I didn't have one or something, and you're like, oh, here, I bought you this one. I'm like, oh.
It seemed right.
Why, thank you. He's always with me now, right underneath my keyboard, giving me really dirty looks, which is why he's underneath the keyboard.
It's safer that way.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it on YouTube at the moment. In addition, by the way, did you know you can listen to Monday Night Magic and the Mana Pool over on YouTube now? I try to get them posted usually the day after the audio version goes public for both shows. So if listening on YouTube on your phone or work PC or something would be easier, there you go. You can totally do that at youtube.com/themanapool. Yay. Over on twitch.tv/themanapool, I play the video games live on stream. The most recent stream I did was yesterday, where I made it all the way to rank 5 in Hearthstone, a thing that I don't do very often because it usually takes more time than I have, but somehow I made it work this month. So that was pretty sweet. Yay! I also have hiccups all of a sudden. I will almost certainly be streaming more Overwatch tomorrow because new week, new arcade wins, and it's a game that I can play with friends, and that's always good. But I've been playing Slime Rancher on Twitch, and there was something else that I played just recently that wasn't any of those. But rather than sit here and go, I played lots of stuff on YouTube and Twitch. You should totally check it out. I am somewhat entertaining, I promise. That sounds close, right? That's good enough. I'm somewhat entertaining. And they're both muted.
Adequate.
Thanks, buddy.
I was busy adding somewhat entertaining as a possible show title.
And he
Would
did.
laugh.
Lord.
I don't know. I find you entertaining when you're streaming.
Actually, he's very entertaining when he's streaming.
Bill must, because he shows up while I'm playing Hearthstone, a game that he does not care about at all.
It's true. And I
weird.
don't understand enough of it, so I just make up stuff. And that works too.
Most of the time it's probably better. So, and don't forget, once Magic Arena opens up to the public and we're allowed to create content, I will totally be doing that. Totally. Almost certainly will probably just streaming, but still. Yay. Alright, what else? Yeah, I got nothing. So, you can totally check out all of these things, and if you want to help support what I do with all of this ridiculous amount of content creation, you can go to patreon.com/themanapool and help support what I do. You can get early stuff, Manapool episodes and YouTube videos early. You can get the odds and ends, all the stuff recorded before and after, both Monday Night Magic and the Manapool.
And you want those, trust me.
And Cluze says you want those, trust him. It's uncensored and unfiltered and just generally unsafe for consumption.
Unappropriate.
It is unappropriate. That's the next silver bordered set. Yep.
All the art is by Steve Argyle.
Definitely unappropriate then. And if you want, you can become a lifeguard at the Manapool. See what I did there? And I will thank you at the end of every episode of both shows, and your name will be on the end slate for all the videos that go up for each month that you support at that tier. And to that end, I would like to thank the following exceedingly generous lifeguards: Kim Ho, Andrew Hunt, Al, Paul David, Lance Delicious, Timu Hellas Haryu, John Morris, Stuart Slaw, PJ McMullen, Bosco Bertain, Casey, Nathan Hay, AJ Javieres, Cody Buckowing, Jacob Jansons, Jason Kaus, Gothic Man, Patrick, Brian DeLucci, Stark Maximum, Jimmy Scott, Dan Holm, Mike Miller Burned, and the Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine. Thank you all so incredibly much. I literally could not do this without you. And I'm very proud of myself for not pulling a Parks and Rec and saying literally, like Rob Lowe. I've been watching Parks and Rec, and it is literally the greatest show set in Pawnee, Indiana, ever.
It certainly is.
Literally.
You're all monsters.
Literally.
Pretty straight.
So with that, we will, right, that's everything? Yeah, we will be done. So of course, as always, a big thanks to Bill and Cluze for joining me. I love you guys.
Oh, we love
Woo.
you too.
Duh. And a big thanks to all of you out there for listening. And I've screwed up my outro. Thank you all so very much for listening, and go play some Magic.